Morning, children. You are welcome in CMI digital classes. Again, I continue the number system. Today, I shall tell you that Roman numerals are very old. This is very old system, and there are so many restrictions to write numerals. So I am giving you some restrictions or some rules to write the numerals in this system. The first rule is no symbol should be repeated more than 3 times. No symbol should not be repeated more than 3 times. This is the first restriction. We can continuously repeat any number only 3 times. The second rule is as a smaller numeral written to the right of a larger number, numerals should be added to the larger number. Here, if a smaller number is written after a bigger number, then it means it should be added to larger number. Third rule is when a smaller number is placed between two larger numbers, it should be subtracted from the larger number just following it. Here it means if there is a smaller number between two larger numbers, then the smaller number should be subtracted the larger number which comes after it. Fourth rule is 1 can be subtracted from v and x only. We can't subtract 1 from any number. We can subtract 1 only from 5 or x only. Fifth rule is x can be subtracted from L and C only. X can't be subtracted from other numbers. This can be subtracted only from L 50 and C 100 only. Rule number 6. V, L and D are never be subtracted. This is very important one, and this is very important restriction. We can't subtract V or L or D from any number. Last rule is C can be subtracted from D and M only. D 500, M 1000. It means C means 100. It means C 100 can be subtracted only from D 500, M 1000. So by using the above rules, we can write Roman numerals. Of course, this system is very complicated, and due to its complexity, this is becoming out of date day by day. We can use Roman numerals only for a smaller number, but when we want to write larger number, bigger number, it becomes very complicated. So now let us see some example. 99. First 99. We can write C for 100. We subtract x from C. It becomes 90. And again we add 9. X 9. This becomes 99. Second example is 114. Write C for 1 and 10 for x for 10 and 4, this is 4. This becomes 100, 10, 4. This becomes 114. Third example is 596. Write D for 5, 100, write C and then subtract 10, x. This becomes 590 and again add 5, 1, yani 6. This becomes DXCVI 596. Again let us see, we want to write 759. Write D for 500 and double C for 200. This becomes 700. We want to write 59, L for 50 and 9. This is IX9 over. This is how 759 is DCCLIX. Now example number 5, 400. 400. Here D 500. We want to write 400. We can subtract C from D. And if C is subtracted from D, this becomes 400. Last example is 389. We can repeat any numerals, Roman numerals 3 times. So write C. This becomes 300. Now we want to write 89. 89. You can write 50 for 50 by L and 30 triple X. This becomes 380. Again we want to write 9, then we can write IX, and this becomes 389 equal to CCCL triple X IX. That's all. Thank you. I hope that you can do the exercise very easily, and I am going to write homework. Now you can do exercise 1G. Good morning children. I welcome you in CMI online classes. I have already sent you video on integers. Today in this video I am going to explain you multiplication of integers. So there are 2 rules for the multiplication of integers. The first rule is, if the sign of 2 integers is same, then the sign of their product is positive. Means if both are positive, then the sign of product will be also positive. If the sign of both integers is negative, then the sign of their product is also positive. It means the same sign, if the both integers possess same sign, the sign of the product is always positive. Second rule is, if the signs of 2 integers are different, the sign of their product is negative. It means one integer is positive and the second integer is negative, then the sign of their product will be negative. Different sign, the sign of the product will be negative. For example, find the product. First example is 15 into 8. Both are positive. 15 is positive, 8 is also positive. And the product is 120 and the sign of product is also positive. Second example, I have taken both integers are negative. First is minus 10 and second is 16. The product is 160 and the sign of product is positive. This is according to rule first. Similar sign, the sign of the product will be positive. Now come to the example third. Example third is 14 into minus 5. It means 14 is positive and 5 is negative. The product is minus 70, and in example 4, first is negative and the second integer is positive. Again the product is negative. This is according to second rule. Thus we have to observe the sign of integers. Same sign, product will be positive. Different sign, the sign of the product will be negative. That's all. Now I am going to explain you properties of multiplication of integers. The first property is closure property. Of course, I have already explained all these properties for addition. Here we shall study this property for multiplication. So closure property, the product of two integers a and b is also an integer. And the product of two integers is also an integer. Suppose that there are two integers 5 and 6, then 5 into 6, 30, it is also an integer. The second property is commutative property. This property deals for two integers a and b. We have a into b equal to b into a. Means product doesn't depend upon the order of integer. Here a into b means I multiply b with a, and here b into a, here a is multiplied with b, but the product is same. It means the product doesn't depend on the order of integer. The third property is associative property. Association means group, making group. It means we can multiply three integers making different groups, but we find that the product in all cases is same. Thus we can write here for three integers a, b and c, we have a into b into c. Here a into b into c. What does it mean? In LHS, first I multiply a into b, and then this product is multiplied by c. In RHS, what we see? First we multiply b and c, and this product is multiplied by a. We find that the product in both cases is same. Thus, by making different groups, we can find out the product of three integers. Now come to the distributive property over addition. This property is composition of addition and multiplication both. Distribution means बांटना. In this property we distribute something. Thus, let us understand this property. Let us consider three integers a, b and c. Then we can write here a into b plus c. Here we see there is multiplication sign, and here we find there is addition sign. So this property has got this name, distributive property over addition. ये जो है a is distributed to both b and c both. So if we multiply a into b, this becomes a into b, and this a is also multiplied by c. Means here a is distributed both b and c. Therefore, this property is called distributive property of multiplication over addition. And this is very important. This is also, what is this? This is also integer. In closure property we have already known that the product of two integers is an integer. Here this will be integer and this will be integer. And what will be sum of two integers? This is also an integer. So this also follows the closure property of addition also. So this property is attached to different types of properties, and this is known as distributive property of multiplication over addition. The fifth property is existence of multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity is what? Multiplicative identity is a number is an integer if it is multiplied with an integer, then we get the same integer. Means there is no effect in magnitude of the integer if it is multiplied by its multiplicative identity. Here for an integer a, so here for an integer 1 is called multiplicative identity. You know very well, if 1 is multiplied by any number, the product is number itself. So here for the integer a, we can write here a into 1 or 1 into a, the product will be equal to a. Now come to the sixth property, existence of multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse, the reciprocal of an integer is its multiplicative inverse. Certainly, if we multiply an integer by its multiplicative inverse, the product will be equal to 1. Thus, for an integer a, we can write here a into 1 by a or 1 by a into a, the product will be 1. So this is how we can say the reciprocal of any number will be its multiplicative inverse. The seventh and last property is property of 0. You know very well, 0, if any number is multiplied by 0 or 0 is multiplied by any number, the product is always equal to 0. So this is property of 0. For an integer a, we can write here a into 0 equal to 0 into a, the product will be 0. here an integer a is multiplied by 0 and here 0 is multiplied by an integer. In both cases we find the product is 0. That's all. Thank you.